I always believed we had the perfect marriage. People used to say we were the kind of couple others admired, deeply in love, always laughing, finishing each other's sentences. From the moment I met him, I knew he was the one. He made me feel cherished, adored, irreplaceable. Our life together was beautiful. We built a home filled with warmth, shared dreams, and quiet moments that made love feel effortless. He would surprise me with flowers for no reason, plan spontaneous weekend getaways, and hold me close on cold nights, whispering that he'd never love anyone the way he loved me. I believed him. I had no reason not to. But lately, something had changed. It was subtle at first. Longer hours at work, distracted conversations, a certain restlessness in his eyes. I told myself it was just stress, that every marriage had its moments. But the doubt crept in, slow and unshakable. Then, one evening, he brought it up. We were lying in bed, the room dimly lit, his arm lazily draped over my waist. He sighed, then, almost too casually, said, "Can I tell you something?" "It's just a thought, nothing serious." I smiled, expecting a silly confession, maybe some wild fantasy about moving to an island or trying some new adventure. "Of course," I said. His fingers traced patterns on my skin. "I've been thinking about what it would be like to be with someone else. Just once. No strings. Just curiosity." The room suddenly felt colder. My breath caught in my throat, but I forced a laugh. "That's not funny. I'm not joking." His voice was calm, too calm. "It's not about love. It's just a fantasy, a wish." I turned to face him, searching his face for the man I knew. "Are you asking for permission to cheat?" "No, no," he said quickly. "It's not cheating if you say yes." I couldn't respond. My mind was racing, my heart pounding. He cupped my face, his eyes pleading. "I love you. I'll always love you. But don't you ever wonder, just, what if?" I pulled away, suddenly needing space. "Number I don't." He sighed, rolling onto his back. "It was just a thought," he murmured. I wanted to believe that. I wanted to pretend it was just a fleeting curiosity, that it didn't mean something deeper. But I knew better. Wishes weren't harmless. They were the quiet confessions of desires we were too afraid to admit. And my husband had just told me his. I tried to push the conversation out of my mind, convincing myself it was just a passing thought. But it wasn't. Over the next few weeks, he brought it up again. Carefully, cautiously, always testing my reaction. Each time, it chipped away at something inside me. At first, I was angry. "Why would you even say that? Am I not enough for you?" His answer never changed. "It's not about that. It's just curiosity." Curiosity. That word made me sick. I started analyzing everything. Was he already seeing someone? Had he met someone who made him think about this? Or was I just not enough anymore? The paranoia ate at me. I caught myself checking his phone when he wasn't looking, watching his expressions a little too closely. He noticed. "You're overthinking this," he said one night. "I haven't done anything." Yet. That was the word left unspoken. Then one evening, he framed it differently. "What if I let you do the same?" He watched me carefully, as if that would make it fair. As if that would make it hurt less. I laughed bitterly. "That's not what this is about. You don't want me with someone else. You just want permission." He didn't deny it. For days, I couldn't stop thinking about it. If I said no, would he do it anyway? If I said yes, would it destroy us? Either way, I felt like I was losing. I wish I could say I held my ground. That I told him my love wasn't something to be put on a shelf while he indulged in some fantasy. But the truth is, I was afraid. Afraid of what would happen if I said no. Afraid that maybe he was already halfway out the door. So one night, after another long, exhausting conversation, I whispered the words I never thought I would. "Fine." His face lit up, his eyes shining with something I couldn't quite place. Excitement? Relief? I felt numb, like I had just signed away a piece of myself. "Are you sure?" he asked. Number I wasn't sure of anything anymore. But I nodded, because maybe, just maybe, this would be enough to keep him. I had no idea how wrong I was. The moment I said yes, something shifted between us. He became lighter, almost giddy, like a man who had been set free. I told myself I was imagining it, that I was still in control. But deep down, I knew. I had lost something I'd never get back. At first, I waited. Maybe he'd change his mind, realize this wasn't worth risking what we had. But he didn't hesitate. Within days, he was already making plans. I watched him, detached, as he spent more time on his phone, as his mood lifted in a way it hadn't in months. Then, one evening, he told me, "I met someone." The words knocked the air from my lungs. "Already?" He didn't even flinch. "I mean, yeah. I just wanted to be honest with you." Honest. The irony was suffocating. I forced myself to stay composed, nodding as if I were fine, as if this was something I had expected. Because in a way, I had. I just hadn't been ready for how much it would hurt. The night he went to meet her, I sat alone in our bedroom, staring at the ceiling. My mind replayed everything. Our wedding vows, the way he used to look at me, the nights he held me close and promised forever. And now, here I was, waiting for my husband to come home from another woman's bed. When he finally walked through the door, he didn't even look guilty. If anything, he looked satisfied, relaxed, as if this had been nothing more than a long day at work. I wanted to scream, to demand every detail, to make him feel the same unbearable weight crushing me. But I didn't, because I already knew the answer. Instead, I asked the one question I was terrified of. "Did you ever really love me?" His expression faltered just for a moment before he sighed. "Of course I do." But it wasn't the answer I needed. Because love wasn't supposed to feel like this. It wasn't supposed to leave you feeling like a guest in your own marriage. And that's when I knew. He had never been asking for permission. He had been asking for a way out. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat there, letting the weight of it all settle in. The worst part wasn't that he had done it. It was that I had let him. That I had convinced myself this was the only way to keep him. He moved around the house as if nothing had changed. Maybe for him, nothing had. But for me, everything was different. His touch felt foreign, his voice like background noise. I stopped waiting for his texts, stopped caring when he came home late. The version of me that had fought for us was gone. Days passed, then weeks. He kept seeing her. He tried to hide it at first, but after a while, he didn't even bother. He would come home smelling like her perfume, his phone lighting up with her name. He didn't ask me how I felt. He didn't have to. He already knew. One night, as he got ready to leave, I finally spoke. "Are you even planning to stop?" He hesitated, then sighed. "I don't know." It was the most honest thing he had said in a long time. That was it. The moment I knew I was done. I stood up, walked past him, and started packing a bag. He watched me, confused at first, then concerned. "What are you doing?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. For the first time in months, I felt like myself again. Not the broken, desperate version that had begged for his love. Not the woman who had sat in silence, waiting for him to choose her. I wasn't waiting anymore. As I grabbed my keys, he finally spoke. "I never wanted to lose you." I turned to face him, feeling nothing but emptiness. "Then you shouldn't have let me go." And with that, I walked out. Not just from our home, but from the version of me that had once believed love was enough. Because love, real love, never should have asked me to stay.